okay, I was going to come into this video all a swinging, like, going to go, fuck you, IGN, because I went on a little bit of the Twitter escapade last night when I saw, like, the review of what they did for Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. And if you guys haven't actually seen the article or know exactly what I'm talking about, here's the rundown. IGN did a review recently of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, and they've done a review for every single Naruto Storm up to date, giving Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 an 8. And, you know, that game, a bit you know, it has some issues with it, you know. Online was a bit of the like issue as well, not to mention as well, like the adventure mode could drag on a bit, even with Storm 3 as well. However, for this game, the finale and all that, and they just mentioned a few of the problems, they just gave it a 5.5 out of 10. It's apparently, like, that's the score that's mediocre, and these are like the key points and all that. Like, this is the plus of the game. 3 character fights, which is a fucking great, awesome thing. I'm not going to deny that. Large roster, that's pretty good. Poor AI, shallow adventure mode, connection issues, and if you've watched the entire video, like, there was a big part of the video who's talking about, like, and mind you, just to say this as well, this guy is, like, from what I've actually read up from this guy's a newer guy that doing reviews and all that, and even reading that he's not that big of a Storm fan, from what I'm saying, like, so I'm gonna give the guy a benefit of the doubt. When I first heard it, I was like, oh my god, fuck this guy, fuck him, like that. I was, like, literally ravaging, like, I'm gonna beat the shit out, like, I was going, like, insane last night. And thinking it through, I'm like, one, you should actually get a fucking fan of the game to actually, like, review it. Like, I know this is unfair for, like, when it comes into, like, if anyone's never been into, like, reviewing kind of community, especially gaming, normally what happens to a lot of people is, like, you know, they don't get their big break until for, like, a while. They start off as, like, interns, and, like, a lot of the time with games and stuff, if, like, they'll get, okay, you guys do that, you do that, you do that. Okay, guys, someone has to do this game. Someone has to do Storm, and everyone's like, I don't fucking do it, like, you know, and someone just eventually it's like, okay, someone legit has to do this, or there are going to be problems, and this guy was like, you know, hey, it's one of my first few ones, I'll do it like that, and I feel like one of the biggest, like, he was complaining about the story mode, oh, I really hate that the AI was doing evading tactics and was stronger, and I'm like, they're fucking boss battles, like, fuck, man, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to be massive punching bags? Talking about the adventure mode as well, I say he didn't like that, which, to be fair, like this, like, he didn't even mention the story mode in general, and I played adventure mode. It does get a little bit repetitive and all that. I'm not going to defend it. I wish I'd lowered my review on it. Like, I think, like, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think it should honestly get an 8, like, from it, but it's like, even still, like, you don't have to play the adventure mode. It's just there, the people who missed that Storm 3, and they try to combat that, saying, okay, you guys want to play story mode? There you go. You don't have to, like, deal with all this walking around and stuff, and, like, fetch quests, like, you get all the story. That's what they try to deviate from there. And, you know, people like come saying, like, oh, Panda, you're not, like, you don't know a big fan of Storm. Like, I own every single fucking game there. You can see all of them. I've got Generations as well on the fucking Xbox. Like, I own Storm 1, Storm 2, Storm 3. I own all the Storms, man. Like, I know my shit about it and seeing the material. And just the guy doesn't even want to talk about, like, the story. He's just like, oh, just concludes the series. He doesn't even talk what's even happening in the series itself as well. Like, he just said, oh, it concludes it. Like, poor AI from it, which I'm going to say, no. Connection issues, which was the one thing I was like, okay, I'm going to have to fucking stop you there. Because I don't know if that's been anyone else. I've been talking to other people as well. I have not seen anyone else, like, in my friend list or anyone that's talked to me so far say any issues about port. I had 2 bad connections on that game. Do you know why? Because, like, those guys had shitty connections. Those were, like, fucking 1 bars to 2 bars. And, you know, I always go for free. That's just simple as. Like, that's how I do it in fighting games. That's how I do it. And I know that the game's not, like, you know, a big, you know, action thing. But it's like, how do you give, like, fucking Storm 2, which, you know, I enjoy Storm 2 a lot. I think Storm 2 has the best story mode in that. But it's really lagged down by a lot of, like, you know, the Fetch Quest adventure modes kind of stuff. And, you know, it has some good stuff. But then how do you give, like, Revolution, like, in Storm 3, like, higher score than that? And I'm looking at the other games that they get. Black Ops, a 7/7. Like, Evolve is, like, got, what, like, an 8.5, like a 9? Like, get the fuck out of here. Evolve is just a shitty game, but with, like, a bunch of in-game DLC. There's no content on that bone. You get a 10-hour campaign in this fucking game, not to mention including the adventure mode, not including as well the online capacity as well. And I'm like, I don't know, like, you call me a little fan, however you want to go. Like, honestly, this is way better than I was going to do it last night. I was going to go, fuck you! Like, I was going to go completely ham shit on it, but then, you know, I'm like, okay, the guy's new. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that, I understand, but it's like, honestly, like, how they're saying that's just one guy's opinion. That's just, like, a lot of people saying, like, oh, it's just one. But when it's a big site, and the reason I'm upset about it is, like, it's such a big fight. This deteriorates people from buying the game because IGN is a very big, you know, news source and a big review source for a lot of people. And honestly, I've been at this point where IGN pisses me off so much with their reviews and all that, and their bias and all that. Is like, you guys just go to Metacritic, Metacritic, like IGN Spain are like giving like an 8.8 and like a fucking 9. I'm like, okay, and Italian, I'm like, okay. So how does the English one give it like a 5.5? Like, it's fucking stupid. Honestly, like, just seeing some of the stuff that they're giving on here, it's like absolutely like bullshit. I mean, we can agree on some things and all that, and it's like, I'm a fucking huge gamer, by the way. Like, I know my Devil May Cry Freeze, I know my Undertales, I know my RPGs, I know my shooters. I used to be a big like Modern Warfare 2 fan back in the day, and I dropped off. But it's like, how do you get Black Ops like 2 like a higher score than this? How do you get Black Ops 3 like a higher score than this? And it's like, and I played them, and it's like, and they're rad. Like, Ghost has got a better score, and Ghost is, like, agreeably the worst one of all of them. Like, they've been caught in their hands once before and all that, just, oh, just give it a score for this, you know, Call of Duty game, you know, they pay us to say good. But nah, it's just like, just get some kids to just do this one. Like, honestly, I feel like, how it should do, like, how, like, Rotten Tomatoes do it, how a lot of Metacritic, like, how, like, when they get their user scores and all that, that's what they should do, is to get a bunch of people's opinions on it. That's how you should actually have like these game reviews actually done. And it's like, I don't know, it just annoys me and all that. And it's like, you know what, they do good reviews from time to time. Then XCOM 2 9.3, fucking yes, that is a great fucking like strategy game. Firewatch is great, Darkest Dungeon is great, you know. But then it's like they get stuff like Unravel, which is just an aesthetic looking game, an 8.3, and it's ass. Like, it's absolute fucking ass. Like, come on. Like, you get like a DLC for like Tomb Raider, like a 7, and you know that game's really not that. Like Lego Marvel's Avenger got a higher score than Storm 4. Like, I'm fucking done. Like, I'm fucking done. Like, it's like so fucking stupid. Call it what you want, guys. You're like, oh, Panda's fucking like, oh, it's just a fucking angry fucking anime fan going at it. But it's like, no, I'm trying to be a little bit more like reasonable than what I was previously with like the when I did it with the Xenoverse video and that. But it's like, you know, that annoys me because it deteriorates. And a true fucking story here. Do you know what happened? Like when I went out the fucking other day and I went to like actual like shopping and stuff like that. Guess what fucking my store like game was actually putting out there? They had like Naruto Storm 4 on the front shelf, brand new fucking release. And I actually saw people actually talking about it, and they had a little demo bit for you guys to actually play on there for the little verses to say like, oh, there you go, you want to play it there? That was awesome. You know, and I got a game or two in there. And that was awesome. I had a blast doing that. I was like, okay, like this is what you want to see, and I'm seeing like actual people playing it and enjoying it. That's fucking great. And like, if people really didn't like it, then they wouldn't do it. I mean, we ain't gonna defend the PC version because the PC version is fucking, you know, booty cheeks. But it's like, honestly, yeah, that just annoyed me about that. So it's just like, IGN, all I can say is just do a fucking better job and all that. Like, that's all I can say. Or like, get someone who's a bit more knowledgeable. If you're gonna do one guy, at least have someone that's really knowledgeable about Naruto. Because honestly, I read the review and I've seen this stuff and it's like, he doesn't even sound like he knows what the fuck he's talking about. It's just like, yeah, it's a fine game. There you go. But yeah, that's all for me. I want to thank you much for watching as always. Sorry to go on a rant. I hate doing these things. I hate them really like that. But when it's something I'm really enjoying and I'm really having fun with right now, that's when I put the foot down saying no. But that's all for me. So I'll catch you guys next time. Take me out!